Good morning, everybody, and once again, welcome back in today's class. Today, we are on the day number 18, and we are going to be discuss about the next topic in change. So we saw that a change need to be go in the authorized state as per the change approval policy, right? And in the change approval policy, go for the in the authorized, it go for the CAB approval. Earlier, what happened that there was a no way that change manager can prepare the agenda for the CAB automatically. When I say automatically means there's a no way in service now that on a single click or 2 clicks, 3 clicks, I get the agenda. Email need to be sent out to everybody. Then ServiceNow introduced a concept called the CAB Workbench. CAB Workbench. This is the place which automate 2 or 3 things together. Number one, no need to be create the agenda manually in the Excel sheet. Number two, email invite will be sent out from ServiceNow itself to the attendees and the change requester. Number three, change will get approved during the CAB meeting only. And number four, the decisions made on the changes, approve, reject, more information required kind of things will be recorded. And as soon as meeting is over, it will be sent to the change requester from the ServiceNow itself. So now all these things has been settled down in the ServiceNow itself. So how it's work? I'll create the CAB definition first. Like we have SL definition, same way we have a CAB definition. Means I am preparing kind of a format of my CAB. LNG. Okay. Who is the CAB manager? The user who has a role of the CAB, who has a CAB manager role, only those will appear. See, even admin is not appearing because admin don't have a CAB manager role. So I'm putting, let's say putting Fred Ludi. Do you want, or maybe Fred Ludi say, I'm not available this weekend. Can someone run a CAB on my behalf? So he can add the delegates. Beth Angeline. Okay. CAB meeting means a set of people who come in the meeting and discuss the change. And these called the board member or the CAB members. So you can add separately board members as well. Let's say Abraham Lincoln is one of the board member, or you can add the group, CAB approval group. Okay. How long your meeting will be go? 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, 20 minutes. I said 120 minutes. Duration है meeting का, that we put in the Excel sheet in our Outlook as well. Now, what type of CAB it is? Separate CABs for the separate type of changes, but this option has no automation, no relation, no validation with the change type. This is just identification. ऐसा नहीं कि अगर मैं normal लिखूंगा तो normal changes ही आएंगे, नहीं ऐसा नहीं है. So it's my normal changes. In which time zone you want to be run? I want to be run in the GMT time zone. Because earlier the CAB meetings happen in the offices itself before COVID, so we have a location as well. Or you can put conference detail, Zoom link, Z and all, and meeting ID and भी था, वो सब यहाँ पर you can edit. Now the second part. This is important because this is one of the quick win for a user, for a customer. It is coming out of the box only. So you have to just tell to the customer that boss, you can do this thing. And believe me, I work for a customer where they spend 8 hours in a cab meeting. Means full day they have a cab meeting. But after implementing ServiceNow and the cab workbench, they just spend 2 hours for the changes to be discussed and the close. So to be reviewed and approved. Then you can see how much time has been saved now. Notification lead time. Anish said, Atul, my change is at the last. Do you have any mechanism that before my change came for the discussion, I should get some email? This is what is this. That before your change came, 5 minutes before, you will get an email. See, the number of agenda items to be notify user in advance. Sorry, before your change, before your change, there are 5 changes will be there. That time you will get a notification. Then I want only 2 changes. Now on this, it has a very disputed or debatable question. My customer said it is not a good point. I want everybody should join the cab in the beginning only. But someone said, no. Why should I bring everybody in the cab meeting when there's no purpose of calling everybody on the same time? It's a time management. So it's up to you. So someone use here 5 changes, someone use 2 changes, someone use 10 changes, 15 changes, up to them. And now this is another important part. Time per agenda item. So now, like in our training, I have a time for per agenda. Cab workbench will 30 minutes. Total change will take 5 days. It's going to take 4 days. And when I'm crossing that time, I should get notified. So I can put this time as a, so you can say here, this thing. Two minutes, I guess minutes and second, huh? Let's say 2 minutes. Just notice this part. When we go to the cab workbench, I can show you this thing. Now user filter criteria for drive changes. How you want to filter out your changes should become in the cab agenda. I said, okay. Means I want to give the flexibility to the cab manager to build the agenda as per their wish. Do you want to show the complete pre-approved changes, standard changes? I said, no, I don't want to be show. Automatically add change request. If any change is fulfilling the criteria of this cab definition, should get added in the cab meeting. I said yes. Auto add decisions. What happened to this change during the cab? Approved, rejected. I want to take a decisions. Added yes. And here I can put the condition. I said only the changes where the risk is high, only those changes should come. But Anish कहेंगे, Atul, my change is going in December. Why you want to be discussed now? It is a high because I put a placeholder. So what we'll do now, we'll submit it for a minute. Okay, and I'll come to that question, Anish. Now, if you see what will happen if you're creating a meeting request in the Outlook. I want to block your calendar for the every week Wednesday 5 to 6 p.m. for the cab discussion. अतुल reoccurrence invite डाल दो. Right? वही होता है ना reoccurrence invite. Start and end. This is what we're going to be doing now. Schedule entries. name LNG Pathshala, type it's a मीटिंग. इनका फर्क कुछ नहीं है, इट्स जस्ट फॉर द रिकॉर्डिंग पर्पस. कब से कब की होगी मीटिंग? माई मीटिंग विल बी स्टार्ट 1 o'clock till 2 o'clock on this day, and I want to repeat it, let's say daily, or let's say weekly Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. ये 5 दिन मेरी मीटिंग होगी. और कब तक चलेगी? I want to put it till 31st of December and save it. Reoccurrence invites has been set up. Clear everybody till this point? Doubt, question, clarification? Good. Now come back here. Okay. And open the all cap definitions. This is my definition. And now if you scroll down, you can see schedule entry. And now click on the refresh cap meetings. As per this schedule, the meetings will be created automatically. देखो, 86 different occurrence has been created. Now let me sort this. 26 आ जाए ना 26. Open this meeting. Now if you see this, these things are coming from the cap definitions. And the state is pending because अभी cap हुई नहीं है यहाँ पर. This is my conference details. And one more thing, if you notice, attendees are there. ये attendees कहाँ से आए हैं? These attendees are these 1, 2 और ये ग्रुप और ये बड़ा. देखो, Fred Ludy, Beth Angeline, Abraham Lincoln, and rest from the board. But Atul, where is the agenda? Now let's create the agenda as well. क्योंकि अभी तक till the time we did not decided that what change should go in this particular meeting. और यहाँ पर भी सब खाली है. So what we say, use filter criteria for the driver change. Okay. And here I can say no, I want to be driver change with the conditions. Change request starting after. Change request starting before. Don't get confused. ये बड़ा confusing term है यहाँ पर. Change has two things: plan start date, plan end date. This is what it is indicating. Let me open this in the separate window and show you one more thing. Change. Open. Okay, let me add required. Okay, 1 and cab date. ये दोनों ऐड करते हैं जरा और then I'll show you something here. ठीक है, प्लान स्टार्ट, प्लान एंड, इसको भी लेके चलते हैं. ठीक है, आई एम जस्ट शोइंग ऑन द लिस्ट सो दैट इट इज इजी फॉर अस टू बी कीप अ ट्रैक. ठीक है, अभी तक ऑल चेंजेस हैज अ दीस थिंग्स. चलो देखो, प्लान स्टार्ट, प्लान एंडेड, दिस थिंग. नाउ आई कम हियर, आई सेड change starting after this date. I want any change which is starting after 20th of June, but before 28th of June. Plan start date should be 20th and plan end date should be 28th. Okay. You want to put more condition here? And assignment group like this or chain type is this. Anything you want to be add, you can add it. Up to you, no problem. I'm not adding anything else. And I click on the save. Atul, but हुआ क्या? See. Now go here and click on refresh CAB agenda items. It says once the agenda will be created, do you want to send the meeting invite to everybody who is coming from the change request? I said yes. Okay. See, these 4 changes are fulfilling this criteria and this criteria. If I remove this and save, and now if I run my CAB agenda, send meeting invite. अरे यहाँ पे दोबारा क्यों दिखा रही है? There should be a button should come that refresh agenda item. Let me reload this page because we have changed the agenda condition, so it should show me. Might be something has been wrong here. Okay, chalo. So this thing we can do this particular part. Maybe you want to be add some change manually, like Anish ka change is going in the November, but Anish want to be start that discussion now only. So Anish can go and click on the new and search for the change. Let's say Anish want to be discuss this one 96. ठीक है, ऑर्डर एट द लास्ट, डिसीजन अभी पेंडिंग है, टाइम एलोकेटेड कुछ नहीं है, खाली छोड़ दिया मैंने. You want to send any specific email? I said yes. Please send the email to the AQ specific for this particular change. Submit. Now do you want to send the email to this person? I said yes. Click and it will send to all or to new. I said send to new only. And now my CAB agenda is prepared. Email is already out. In 2015-16, when I was working as a change manager, there was no concept of the CAB workbench. I do everything in manually. I download the changes, filter out in the Excel sheet, then prepare the agenda, then send the agenda to my team and the CAB manager, business stakeholders, and then we do. And this is all pre-configured. Nothing to be do here. Now let's say it's a 1 o'clock. CAB meeting need to be started. So what I will do now, I will impersonate as Mr. Fred Ludy because he is CAB manager. Fred Ludy. And I will go here and search for the CAB. And I'll see my CAB meetings, जिसका ऑनर मैं हूं. This is my not 7, it's 6. Yeah, right. I will go here. I will click. Or what is another way? Atul, ये तो बहुत confusing है. What is another way? I can go and click on the CAB workbench. It will show me the calendar. And this is what is my CAB. Click. Open it. Now, as soon as I open it, let me show you in the background what happening in the background. ठीक है, अभी pending में है. I am inviting everybody to join the conference call. Everybody join the conference call. And now I said, okay, guys, all said yes, let's start the meeting. Click on the start meeting. And If you come back here, it is in progress. See, ये 2 minute वाला फंडा, ये देखो. A change has been allocated 2 minutes. So now I invited Mr. System Admin, guys. Okay, present your change. He start discussing about the change. My change is about this, because it is already the schedule state. So nothing is required at point of time. It's all approved. So I can't do anything here. Okay. So let's say there's no discussion has been happened. Someone says this change should be go. Someone says this should not be go. What to be do now? So you can see the timer is moving. See. CAB manager says, guys, there is no purpose of fighting on this particular change. I am demoting this change, or I'm moving to the, means we'll discuss it again later on. See, amber, and now it will be going to be red as well. Now, if I impersonate as a system admin, I want to show you one more thing. And just reload this page. How I can see I'm a system admin. Click on the attendees. Meeting notes. You want to note something? Because I can't do this thing. It's a CAB manager work only. So I'm not able to do anything here. See the attendees now. Awaiting response, awaiting response, awaiting response, attending. Attending. This is what I can see online as well, that who is joining, who is not joining this meeting. Okay, now I'll see it's a red now. Time over. This is what the purpose of having this part. Now I'll go back here and impersonate as a Fred Ludi to show what will happen now. Okay, let me refresh this page. No decision has been done. Okay, go to next change. Chalo. Now this one. Increase DB blocks buffer for this 5000 to 7500. I invited system admin to present this change. System admin came and he presented this change. And everybody will log into the CAB workbench as per their perspective. ऐसे नहीं स्क्रीन शेयरिंग पे काम नहीं हो रही है. Everybody open this CAB workbench in their own on laptops, on desktops. Now this change is pending for whom? They will go in the planning. They will go in the schedule. And if you want to see, click on this. A bigger picture. Okay. This change is pending for whom? This change is pending for the CAB approval. Let me impersonate Mr. Ron. See, this is what the benefit of a single place. I'm intentionally impersonating to show you that how the whole process works. Ron Catering. Now he will go here, open his CAB workbench, and he will on the same place. Let me close this and refresh this page. And you can see this button. If you are the approver of that change, you will see this button automatically. So all the CAB members can see this button for this particular change. ये सारे के सारे देख सकते हैं जहां पर requested है. Now CAB says no guys, we're not happy with this change. We want to be rejected. ठीक है, reject कर दो. Rejection reason: not a good fit for time. Please review it again. And reject it. Done. Because Mr. Ron is not the camera, so he can't see the next button here. Now I will go again, just last point again. I'll go back here and click on the impersonate with the Fred Ludi because he's a CAB manager. And go and refresh this page again. And now he can go to the next change. You can do this filtration here. All items approved, completed, all the things will be there. Now let's say meeting is over now. No discussion happened on this part. Will be next here. Demote. I'm just putting some random things here. Pause. And then next. This thing. And meeting is over now. Do you want to see meeting notes? See. Rejected. No decision. No decision. How beautifully ServiceNow capturing all the things for me. No need to be doing manual work. I did this part as manually earlier. And now meeting has been ended. And now I come here again. My CAB meetings. 26th, right? I'll click on the all. ये वाला था, right? Open this. Meeting हो गई? Yes. Now I want to be see about the agendas. ये reject हो गया. इन पे कोई decision नहीं हुआ. I want to inform to my stakeholders. What was the meeting notes? Click on the share notes. काम खत्म. Everything in the ServiceNow itself. Everything in the ServiceNow itself. If you want to see the meeting notes, you can go and see here. If you want to add something here, you can add it. Next meeting, be prepared and save and share notes. Now, one thing which we missed out earlier, if I see this change, 30, and refresh this list. See, ये था ना change. अरे wait, इसको यहाँ से देखो. अच्छा, ये तो मैं दूसरे व्यू में ना रुको. Let me add these two fields as well, so that I can show you. Cap date required to show you that how it's look like now. See, why it's not showing the cap dates? Cap required false. Wow, how this possible? Let me pick up this change. देखो cap date आ गई ना? क्यों? Because once we create the agenda, this date get captured in the change itself. This change, this should get captured in the change request. और ये सब automatic है in the system itself. All validations been done in the system. It should tick box as well. Why it's not ticking it? Something wrong. It should be tick and the date should be come here. Question clarification. Yes, Anish, Sumit, Dinesh, and Wasim. Doubt, question clarification. All clear? अरे ऐसे ना तो बोल दो.
Yes,
Sorry, unmute. Yes, sir.
Good. ठीक है. This is the way that we can use the CAB workbench. No further, what I can say, customization and configuration required. The CAP workbench, the only disappointment or the drawback is that we can't make many changes in the front end of this look and feel. It is working on some different structure. Okay. Now let's come back to the next point. We said that change has three types: normal, emergency, and standard. Normal change and emergency changes have a different way to be raised. You go here, click on the create new, and you can pick it up. But standard changes are not the same way. Standard changes are using, or it's a pre-approved changes, and these are using the templates. Actually, why template that we discussed in the incident time? No. The life cycle of the standard change is little different, including proposal and the template. तो पहले क्या होता है? पहले proposal बनता है इसमें in the standard changes. Once that proposal get approved, it become template. I said, guys, I want to be open a university. Can you design the form for me for the admission? हाँ, तो we can do it. You prepare a rough form. That is a proposal. Once I said, okay, guys, it's look good, approved. Convert into the proper format and show me the one copy. This is called template. So how I can create the standard change proposal and the templates? Go here. Standard change catalogs. Go to template management and propose a new template. Propose a new template. Template name. Template category. Only one category is available as of now. We put in the standard changes only. Do you want to create this template with the reference of some other change? Remember, in the change we have a right click, create standard change proposal. ये वहां से आएगा. I said yes. This one I want to be used. This change I want to be used as a reference. Lock it. Now, what information you want to put in the standard changes, because these are the templates. The information you put will become in the change as well. When you use this template to raise a change. I said, okay, if this is the case, then short description come. LNG Pathshala, ITSM. Training. Description come. This. Implementation plan come. This. Backward plan come. This. Come. This. Up to you. You can change anything. You want to populate the assignment group? I said yes. Change management. Justification. This. Risk impact. This. Okay. Anything else you want to add? No, Atul, all good. Click on the save. अभी proposal है देखो. It is a proposal has been successfully created, but proposal did not get approved. Maybe you want to add something more before you signing for the approval. You can add here. If all looks good to you, we will click on the request approval. And now this proposal is went for the approval in progress. किसके पास गया? चेंज मैनेजमेंट ग्रुप के पास गया. और कहां से आया दोनों इंफॉर्मेशन? एनी आइडिया? कहां से ये दोनों इंफॉर्मेशन ये? Anish, from where my proposal pull this information?
That change group definition.
हाँ, बट कहां से?
In the
Mm-hmm.
in the definition, I think we have defined the group.
Where? बताओ, Wasim, where this has been defined?
जी proposal some properties or service catalog properties maybe.
Some properties. Which properties?
Service catalog.
Why service catalog required here? Dinesh,
Because you navigated to proposal from the service catalog, right? From the catalogs.
but that is standard change catalogs. Just in wording only.
Okay.
Dinesh, कौन रह गया? दिनेश, सुमित, ढूंढना इसको कहां से आ रहा है ये. This Friday, I will
standard change properties.
Yeah, standard change properties.
Yes.
पक्का?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
थिंक नहीं ना यार, पक्का बताओ.
Historical.
This Friday is going to be a test. After the class, 10 minutes.
Yes,
I'll
it is.
take.
It is.
It is from properties. Sure.
There is a standard change properties. I can see.
I know
it is
this
coming
is
from, I mean, there is propose a new standard change.
That's fine. I'm going to discuss that as well. Don't worry. So you have to find out that from where it is becoming. Now let me approve this. Get approved. Refresh. And now if you go, it is showing as a close. Means the life cycle of a proposal has been closed and now it is called as a template. Now I can use this to raise my change. Any way you can pick up, either model way or that way, that's fine, not an issue for me. Pre-approved LNG. And now you can see the values are coming from that only. ये वहीं से है, अभी भी वहीं से है. But ये तो cheating है. This field is read only, sorry, editable, but these are the read only. Where this has been defined. And so this has been defined in the standard change properties. यहाँ पर. Very important point in the standard changes because a lot of things has been driven in the standard changes only from the property itself. It's saying what should be the default category you want to put. Catalog. I said service catalogs and category standard changes. Do you want to do the 2 steps? Means proposal and then template. I said yes. These are the mandatory field when you are raising a proposal. These are the mandatory fields. If you did not fill this field, you can't go for the approval. And these are the field which you see on the screen when you are raising a standard change proposal. ये सारे field है ना वो वाले. And this is the text you can see. Property level पे आप change कर सकते हो, कोई problem नहीं है. Then these are the field which nobody can change once user can specify why propose a new standard change template to modify standard change template. जब आप change कर रहे हैं propose से मॉडिफाई कर रहे हैं, then you can't make changes in these fields. Plan end date start date आप नहीं डाल सकते because it is not good. It's not a business practice. How you can put the start date and end date? Possible ही नहीं है ना. Then read only fields. ये यहां से आ रहे हैं देखो. Test plan, backout, implementation. Test plan, backout, implementation plan. ये प्रॉपर्टी में लिखा गया कि इसको चेंज नहीं कर सकते. If you want to remove it, go and remove it. Or you want to add more, you want to add more as well. Up to you. Field to be copy. List of field value copied, change request field, propose a new sentence, propose. So if you are here and you want to create a proposal, then these field get copied only. और कुछ copy नहीं होगा. If I am creating a standard change task as well, because in the proposal, if you go here, we can create the task as well. कि इस standard change के लिए 5 task create होने चाहिए. I can create the task as well in the template itself. So these two things are mandatory there. And while raising the standard change task, you can put short description, what you want to do, same thing. You want to restrict it, you want to read only, which is we have a change as well. Almost standard change has been driven from the properties only, except one thing which you want to be find out. कि वो दो approvals कहाँ से आए. So Sumit, it is clear now. It is not coming from this particular area, right? Properties में तो define नहीं है वो कहीं भी. Now you have to find out that from where it is becoming.
Rule, sorry, Atul.
Rule, what rule?
I found something called change propose change verification rule.
नहीं यार, मुझे नहीं. You have to find out. Give me the right answer. Take your time, no problem. आज नहीं है तो क्वेश्चन दिया, घर के लिए काम है, तो होमवर्क है आपका. To find out where it has been defined. ठीक है, क्लियर हुआ यहाँ तक पार्ट? Everybody. How to get a standard change, how to get a proposal, and now how I as an end user can get a change from the portal. Sorry, portal पे जाना था यार. I can go here and I can request for the, or I can click on this catalog. Browse by category. We will see. This is the next topic, that how this portal has been worked out. And here I can see the standard changes. And now those categories were there, right? ये मेरा आ गया पाठशाला. Now I as a user will click on the submit and it will open the template for me, which you just saw. See. With the pre-populated values कुछ होंगी, ये देखो, ये भी, ये सब pre-populated values है. I can put the plan start date. नहीं, इसको तो स्टैंडर्ड रहना भी कर सकते हैं.
But Atul, it may be more suitable for the repetitive changes, right? Standard changes.
Yes, yes. Not more suitable. It is mainly for those purpose only. Purpose ही वही है स्टैंडर्ड चेंज का. बार बार जो काम करना है आपको, which has a pre-approved low risk changes, जिसका स्टैंडर्ड implementation plan है. For those. So now I'm raising this change. BlackBerry, LNGP, this. Okay, I as a requester is raising this change and everything has been done. Now I click on the Control Save As. And then if you notice, it says, okay, these things are done. So this is my chain number. Now if you go back and search for this change, see, standard. And as I am in the background now, because end user can't start the change. And this is what we say, standard changes. If you want to calculate the risk, you can calculate, up to you. Or I click on the schedule, because in the standard change, there's nothing called assess, there's nothing called authorize, directly pre-approved है, सब सीधा schedule में watch करें. So here's what the standard changes says. And now once I'm the schedule and the time come, I can click on the implement. This now this is the same applicable for everybody. Either you are using a normal change, emergency or standard change. When you click on the implement, it will create 2 change tasks for me out of the box. For the normal and standard, it will get 2 change tasks. I guess for emergency, it did not get any chain tasks. नहीं हाँ, emergency के लिए भी chain tasks create होते हैं. Now let's discuss something on this part, important part. ServiceNow provide me 2 type of tasks. Don't get confused. This fundamental is applicable for all type of changes. Implement and the post implementation testing. कहां से आ रहे हैं दोनों टास्क? कौन है ये लोग? कहां से आते हैं लोग? From where this task get created? Let's deep dive a little bit more. Go to the workflow editor. And here you can see in the normal change, which we were discussing yesterday, once everything get approved, it says create the change task. ये normal change का है, standard change. Once everything is done, then create the standard change task. ये जो dot बना हुआ इसका मतलब it is calling in another workflow in the same workflow. And here is the task workflow. 2 tasks बना दो, one for the implementation, one for the post implementation in the parallel manner. क्योंकि दोनों लाइन एक साथ निकल रही है. This is coming from here. I told you yesterday that in the change, the flows or the workflows play a very vital role. इनके बिना काम नहीं चलता है. The things which we just discussed. ये देखो ये प्रपोजल वाला जो हमने अभी डिस्कस किया था, कहां से आता है कैब, वो यहां से आता है. ये रहा. Change is heavily means I can say for the change, flows or workflows are the backbone. अगर आप ये बाहर निकाल दोगे, you can't do the changes. So we can see in the standard change task workflow, the tasks are created here. If you want to create more tasks, you can create it, no problem. Check out and create it. Now come back here. Yeah. But here are the 2 things. Let me open this one. ServiceNow provide total 4 type of task type. Implementation task type, planning task type, testing task type, and the review task type. Out of these 4, this is little different. If I click on the planning, you can see only closed nodes. But if I click on the other than this testing, you can see closed code as well. Because planning successful है कि नहीं ये नहीं पता चलता done planning में. But testing is successful or not, this is important. So our task is implement, and it is another implementation type. Now I can assign this task to the change team. Okay. I'm not filling these things because there is no validation on this particular part, but definitely should be auto-populate. Let's say team start working on that particular part, on this particular task. In progress, good. And they say, okay, it has been done. Close. But this is the close code. I am talking about the task. I told to my kid, can you make a cup of tea for me? He said yes. He started making a cup of tea. And I said, okay, tell me, is boil of water has been done? Yes, completed. Successfully? Yes. I can put this. I am putting this on the task level. कि task का status क्या है? Successful है, unsuccessful है, क्या है? I said good. Good to go. And update. Task done. See. Task closed. Now same thing I can do here. Let me do this particular part. And I'm directly closing it now. Close. I said unsuccessful. But this has no validation on the change. कि change का क्या status होगा. Now has been done. Everything has been done. Change raise, assess हुआ, authorize हुआ, schedule गया, implement गया, review. When we talk about the review, ServiceNow did not provide any review task out of the box for normal or standard changes. उनके लिए नहीं है. But if, let me go back here and show you something more. Don't get confused. Now, in the beginning, I say, guys, these topics are the dots. And we connecting these dots now with each other. So things are mixing it. Let's say I am on the emergency change. Okay, let's say this one. Emergency change है. Assess new. Let me add the detail quickly and show you one more thing, which is last point in this particular. This. I fill this part. Come here. Only and only emergency change has this unauthorized tick box. Unauthorized changes are those changes which are done in the system without telling to anybody. चोरी करना unauthorized है क्योंकि उसमें आपने किसी को बताया नहीं कि मैं चोरी कर रहा हूं. And if you tick this box, the life cycle will be different. And this is your homework exercise. Create a change, type emergency and tick this box. Then create a change with the change model and change model type, change model name is unauthorized. Then see what will happen. But yeah, you guys, we guys have to give a demo to the customer. So we should know these things. Or बिना practice के, बिना practical के, we can't do anything here. So now I come here and put the start date. Because it's an emergency change can be backdated as well. काम हो गया उसके बाद मैं रेस कर रहा हूं चेंज. होता ना? You are going to somewhere and you see the fire. Before telling to that in your family, you call to the fire brigade first. So emergency changes can be backdated. कल रात को हो गया, रात को मैं अकेला था शिफ्ट में. I just got approval from cab manager or change manager, and he says, guys, go ahead and deploy the change first. We'll raise the change tomorrow morning. This is practical scenarios. Because in the emergency, you can't wait. Yeah, I'll raising a change, will go for the approval. Do the work first. The same example, you're going on a walk and you see some fire. And it's almost 8 o'clock. It's your dinner time. What you will do? Will you go home, have a dinner, then come to fire places and say, police, fire brigade, there's a fire? No. You can do your dinner later. So I can put this as a back date. And this is the end date. Save. Now we'll do a little bit whole process here because I want to show you something more. Why I'm not getting this request approval? अच्छा ठीक है, यहाँ से चलते हैं. Authorized, good. ठीक है, let me assign this to. अच्छा तभी नहीं दिखाएगा, रुको. Let me change this. And authorize. Because as I told, in the emergency changes, there is no assess, only authorize. And authorize में कहाँ जा रहा है directly? If you see this, it is going only to the cab approval. और ये कहाँ से आएगा? Go to the workflow of emergency. And it is calling the change approval policy. ये वाला. Same fundamental. It will go to the change approval policy of emergency, and there they have defined the condition. And now, if I approve this change, because it's an emergency, might be I need to get approval later on. पहले काम कर लो, बाद में approval ले लेंगे. Change approved. It is moved to the schedule state. Implement. Task has been created. Now implementation has been done. Review. I am doing something intentionally to show you one more thing. Save. And if you see here, these got cancelled. कहाँ से? Anybody idea how this get cancelled? Where it has been defined? Go ahead. Someone is speaking. And you're thinking the right direction. Yes, Sumit. Where it has been defined that if I'm moving my change from implement to review, the task get cancelled automatically if there's a no update has been done the task. These are coming from the change properties. These are coming from the change properties. Now, as I am in this particular part, I am in this domain of what I can say, emergency 1. So it says, because emergency changes must be reviewed properly. Emergency changes must be reviewed properly. Okay, so now what happened that, and when this will work, there is a concept called the PIR, post implementation review. As of now, ServiceNow has no baseline for the PIR task. But if it is an emergency change and unauthorized is a tick, let me save and see the changes. और इसने टास्क क्रिएट किया यार, शिट. Yeah, होना चाहिए automatically. I guess we are late now because if any change which is emergency type and unauthorized is tick, And when we move our change from implement to the review state, then a task get created automatically here. वो नहीं होगा क्योंकि already workflow has been triggered. So a task will get created automatically in that case, but only one condition: unauthorized, and it's an emergency change type. Let's see if we can have another change quickly. Emergency.
Atul, can we move it backward? Move the change backward?
No. Only
Not
up
possible.
to the authorized you can move it backward. Once
Okay.
a change has change has been scheduled, I guess you schedule you can move, but once a change implementation has been started, there's no way to move back. आप घर से निकल पड़े अब फ्लाइट में है, you can't go back. You have to be land on the destination by any way. अगर implementation it started implementation, you can't go back. ठीक है, so now
in
what we'll do?
authorized state it can move.
No. You can't move.
Oh, okay.
So let's do this thing. I want to show you this particular part now. The simple thing is that let's start you start having your dinner now. Okay, and you had 5 bites. Can you take it back from your stomach again? Possible nahi hai na?
Okay.
It is possible that you should not take the further bites. That's possible. But you can't take it back. Those bites which are already in your stomach, वो तो वापस नहीं आ सकती है. So practically it says no, you can't go back. Let me do, because I want to show you one PIR task. And save. Authorize. Now I mark this box as a tick, unauthorized, as a tick box. And let me approve. And now see, it is directly going in the review state. Schedule भी नहीं है, सीधा review में चला गया. Why? Because this is a unauthorized change. Unauthorized change को review implement क्या करोगे? क्या टाइम डालोगे unauthorized का? And now if you see, let me reload this page. I'm telling you, this is one of the trickiest part. See, post implementation review has been, task has been created. Because it is an unauthorized change. उसमें implement तो क्या किया पता नहीं, कब किया पता नहीं. I have no idea. So why should I go in these two phases? Schedule or implement. सीधा review में ले जाओ इसको. And now in the PIR, we have to be taken note why it has been done, who done, when it has been done, all the things. And these things will get copied from the short description of that change. Description, I guess, description from the change. And it is mentioned this thing, unauthorized change activity was detected for this particular CI at this particular time. This is what I want to show you. And this task will be get only and only created when the change type is emergency and unauthorized tick box is true there. And if you want to know this part, again go here and search for unauthorized. Unauthorized or emergency. ये चेक करना है, इमरजेंसी चेंज ये वाला चेक करना है एक बार. फ्लो पढ़ो. You have to be read it, only then you will be understand that what is happening here. This is the flow. But if I use to raise the change model to raise my changes, which we discussed on the day one for the changes. Let's say now I go to the flow designer. ये फिर भी थोड़ा easy है, flow designer थोड़ा easy है. I'm again repeating my words. We are connecting the dots and making the picture now. On the day one, these were the different dots, but now these dots has been converted in a meaningful format. So this is what is my flow, and I want to see the flow of the changes. ये देखो, अगर आप change model use कर रहे हैं, then you can use these one. See, change emergency authorize, change emergency implement. Why it's not going down? अच्छा ऐसे, sorry. हाँ, ये देखो, change unauthorized जो भी हमने चेक किया, review this one. Standard change implement. I'll show you one thing. ये देखो, in the flow what they have done, for every state they have a different flow: assess, authorize and implement. So now if I click on this assess, assess is a, but also change flow also using the same thing, change approval policy ही use कर रहे हैं वो लोग भी. इसका diagram नहीं है क्या? Wait.
Atul, workflow editor and flow designer are same. How can we
नहीं.
distinguish?
These are the two different concepts. Workflow are little older. Flow designers are the advanced, much more flexibility, much more way of using it. It's a, and flow designer are the low code.
Okay,
Workflow
so
are
we
some
can
of the,
use both together.
नहीं, together नहीं हो
No?
सकता. Either
Okay.
you will use flow, either you will use workflow for a one part. So if you see here, when this flow will get triggered, when the model is normal, state is assess, तभी ये trigger होगा. Otherwise trigger नहीं होगा. And in our case, if you see this change, कहाँ गया ये वाला? यहाँ पर मॉडल खाली है, तो it did not met this condition, तो ये अटैच नहीं होगा. क्लियर हुआ फंडामेंटल सबको? टेल मी गाइस. सुमित, अनीश, दिनेश, वसीम.
Yes, Atul.
This is heavy concept, but not that much heavy if you're thinking not to do the practice or watch this or listen this video again. Heavy है मानता हूं, but it's not that much. Step by step executions, nothing else. So this is what your homework. I'm again telling you a number of times. Go and see these flows, go and see this workflow, go and see this standard change proposal properties. Nobody can tell everything in a 1 day or 2 days to everybody. I did not discuss the change properties intentionally because I want you to be give the homework. Go and see कि क्या लिखा है यहाँ पर, कहाँ से क्या कॉपी होता है, चेंज टास्क कॉपी हो रहे हैं, चेंज कॉपी हो रहे हैं, कहाँ से हो रहा है. And if you see here, we have unauthorized change properties as well. Basically, unauthorized changes work with the event management. and the discovery perspective. लेकिन हमारे यहाँ पे discovery enable नहीं है अभी. So you have to go and read these change properties. Enable copy change feature. You want to copy it? Yes. Which attribute should be get copied? You want to be copy the attachment as well. I want to copy a change, but I don't want to be copy the change task with that particular change. There is no out of the box way to do this particular part. I'm again repeating. I want to copy this change. Let's say I want to copy this change. I want to get a new change, but I don't want when I copy this change, this task should get copied. I don't want that functionality. Out of the box, it is not possible. How this thing come to know? Because when you read this part, when you do this practice, then you come to know this thing. Clear हुआ? Let me come back to the agenda for this part. ठीक है, so we discuss all these things together. Then we discuss the role as well. Then we discuss this part. So we were on this. Now, once the review has been done, review हो गया? Yes. And now I can close the change. But now I am putting the overall picture of this close change. पूरा change was successful, unsuccessful, or with issues. I said full change was successful. ठीक है. And save. Once a change has been closed, it cannot be reopened. Either it is emergency change, either it is authorized normal change, or it is standard change. It can't be reopened. It can't be reopened. Discuss model first. Then in the model we have states. We discuss the risk. We discuss the change approval policies. 7R. When you want to raise a change, you should have a 7R. It is a part of the ITL only. What is the risk? What is the impact? And all things will be there. Resources. We have to be define that particular part. Then we see the change task out of the box. These two which we saw just today. CAB, ECAB, we done with the CAB workbench. Blackout window, maintenance window, we discuss. Change flow and the workflows. I show you today flow again and workflow as well. Change task type specifically for the PIR. Change conflicts to assistant. When we do for the conflict, we can see this scheduling assistant. जो हमें पूरा option देता है ऐसा वाला. That is what. Then change tabs. We can add problem. We can add incident fixed by change. We can add incident caused by change. ये दोनों कहां से आ रहे हैं? Incident से आ रहे हैं. Now, in the beginning, someone asked that, Atul, how this course is going to benefit for us? This is an implementation. If tomorrow your customer says, Anish or maybe Sumit, can you make a change in this tab? You have to be see that how this change is going to be impact in the incident or the problem or the request or the knowledge, which module is going to be impact. This is what the implementation specialist, you and me guys do this particular part. So we can create problem, we can create task releases as well. And then we discuss about properties and dashboard. Even though we discussed that part dashboard, but overview, it's look like this. In the change, we will go overview. Out of the box, dashboard is given by service now. These all of the reports or the metrics or the database view. So you can see emergency changes, open, high risk changes, critical changes, overdue changes, everything you can do here. Out of the box, it is available. Graphs, trend bars, timelines, scores, any type of report you can create it. क्लियर हुआ फंडामेंटल यहां तक? यस और नो? डोंट से क्या तो हैवी है, बहुत कुछ हैवी नहीं है, इट्स ऑल लाइट नाउ. बोलो वसीम.
Yes, bro.
So now we are able to connect these dots and able to make a picture now, right? From the start, from the new to close, we discuss everything one by one in the step format.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
with
sir,
this,
second,
good. Dinesh, go ahead.
या सर वो आपने डैशबोर्ड दिखाया चेंज का, वो ग्लोबल था ओवरऑल, हम उसको रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से कर सकते हैं क्या? फॉर एग्जांपल
किसको?
बाय द चेंज डैशबोर्ड को.
हाँ कर सकते हैं ना, डेफिनेटली. यू कैन मॉडिफाई द डैशबोर्ड, दैट्स फाइन. एक नया रिपोर्ट बना लो, यहाँ पर ऐड कर दो. लेट्स से आई क्रिएटेड न्यू रिपोर्ट. Go here and add the report here. Your work done. That's fine. You can make a change in the dashboards.
Yeah, actually I want to see, I have 10 vendors, so I want to see by vendors. So if I click
So see, dashboard is nothing. Dashboard is a collection of the reports. So if you have a report, you can bring it here. Let's say I want to be add this report now. I want to be added here. See, okay, add vendor 1, vendor 2, vendor 3. You create 5 different reports for the 5 vendors and edit in the report. That's and dashboard. That's fine.
Okay, I'll try, and if any question too much, I'll ask. Thank you.
Okay, so you can do this thing. That's not an issue. It is only up to you that if you have a reports ready, you can add those reports in the dashboards. ठीक है जी, all clear now?
Yes, clear.
Good. चलो इसको कल देखेंगे. Any last question before I close the recording? Okay.